Hello learners and welcome to week 19, classifying the London Blitz and bombing of Hamburg. So we are back in the swing of things and quickly coming to the end of semester 2. So we'll end on January 14th, okay? So we want everyone on pace, everyone submitting what they should be, hopefully, watching the weekly lesson and then actually completing it that week. It's obviously going to make a little bit more sense. Okay, so here we go. So you can see that we are working our way through and we're right smack dab in the middle here with classifying the London Blitz and bombing of Hamburg. And week 19 assignments, you can see right here, and then you're going to answer the compelling question. It's very much like the project you guys did last time with the different checkpoints, and they're all sort of building on each other, and you're looking at different scenarios. It's the same with this. You're going to look at, classifying the rape of Nanjing, the London Blitz and bombing of Hamburg, Japanese internment, and the atomic bomb. So you're going to look at a bunch of different cases, and then you'll do your final project. Okay, so learning target is I can successfully begin to differentiate between acts of war and when it's a human rights violation, when the civilians are the target. Okay, so key terms we've been talking about: acts of war or act of war and human rights violation. Okay, so as we continue to discuss and differentiate between acts of war and human rights violations, please take a moment and look at the photograph to the right here. These people are survivors of Operation Gomorrah, which you're going to learn a lot about in this lesson, from the British bombings of Hamburg and Germany in 1943. So what's your initial reaction? Is it an act of war? Is it a human rights violation? What are you thinking? Okay, so just kind of take a moment and think about that. And you're going to learn, like I said, a lot about Operation Gomorrah and the London Blitz. Okay, so you are going to find out a little bit more about that. Okay, so I want you to look at, read, and take notes on the London Blitz and the bombing of Hamburg, document set, and complete the graphic organizer. You're also going to read Operation Gomorrah is launched. And you can watch the video Operation Gomorrah, the Blitz on Hamburg, and please be sure to take note of all the atrocities that happened to the people of Hamburg. You can also watch a video clip on the London Blitz from the Chronicles of Narnia. So if you haven't seen the Chronicles of Narnia, very good video. This is just a little clip about what happened to the family when the Blitz occurred. And then you can do the Quizlet on Operation Gomorrah. Okay, so what's the difference in what happened to the cities and civilians in the London Blitz as compared to Operation Gomorrah? So you're going to learn that there's very distinctive differences between the two government operations. And in order to check your understanding of Operation Gomorrah, please take a short quiz on Quizlet. And then what you're going to turn in the elaborate section is you'll go into checkpoint 2, complete the London Blitz and the bombing of Hamburg, document set. You will then use the information to complete the classifying London Blitz and bombing of Hamburg, which is checkpoint number 2. Okay, so it's going to look very similar to what you did before break and after break. Very same setup, very much like I said, the last checkpoints in project. You're building upon each other. You're learning about different scenarios, learning about what happened to the people of different areas. Okay, so just think about what new information you learned from this lesson when you're done. And the project, again, we're learning the difference between act of war and human rights violation. And you're going to go through this and learn about some of the different civilian atrocities of World War II. As you read, you reflect on moral takeaways, answer analytical questions while also reflecting on your own development and use of resilience. It's a habit of success in this project. And through this work, you categorize the different atrocities as acts of war, or is it a human rights violation? And then analyze your answers, identify patterns in your own thinking about civilian atrocities, and answering the compelling question: how should we differentiate between an act of war or a human rights violation when civilians are the target? Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing. And after this part of the project, you're going to reflect over the different events studied and select one that stood out to you because it presents a moral lesson that stood out in your mind. You're going to generate a story or other set of symbols and analogies, employing them to create a picture book, comic, or other type of media where you teach the moral lesson to a child without using the graphic and distressing content. Just like with the Dr. Seuss, and they had the stars on their bellies versus not having the stars on their bellies, and talking about Hitler. So it was a way to present that information without going into a lot of graphics and making it very child friendly. Okay, so the parts of the project, we're just working our way through. We're on B right now. And COG skills, we're going to do argument of claim, picking evidence, explaining your evidence, and also doing multimedia and communication. Okay, and the habits, like I said, is resilience. Specifically, you will address how to use and build resilience when learning about traumatic and emotional content. Okay, so any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. If not, you have a wonderful, productive week. And if you have any questions, like I said, please send me a hangout. I can Zoom with you. We need to get everybody caught up and on the same page. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye.